Okay, ICS4U, here's our next lesson, parsing integers with a scanner. Switch to IntelliJ, and I've created a project already called int scanner. So we do have to import java.util.scanner, just like before. And we're going to have a scanner object, same as before, sc, and we're going to say new scanner. And this time, we're going to get our integers from the user, okay? So system.in. So we're going to get the integers from the user, and then after that, we're going to parse our input. We're going to ask them for a comma-separated list. We could have just put this in a string, but I'm just choosing to show you it this way instead. So we're going to say system.out.print. Enter a list of comma-separated values. And so we're going to say string str equals sc. Maybe I'll call it, instead of str, maybe it's better to call it int list. Int list equals sc.nextLine. So what I expect the user to give us is, and I'll show you in a moment here. So I'm going to run it. It doesn't do anything yet, but when it runs, it says enter a list of comma-separated values, so -1, 5, 20, 99, 3. Okay? That's what I'm expecting them to give. I'll just put a colon and a space there. Now we're going to be parsing it with a scanner object. So I'm going to create a new scanner, scanner sc2, and it's a new scanner. Now this new scanner will have as its input int list. So what the user had previously typed as their input. That's our input, int list. So now what we're going to do is tell it to use as a delimiter, sc2.useDelimiter. It's going to be the comma, right? Because we have our comma-separated list. And well, let's try to get the first one. So we're going to say system.out.println sc2.nextInt. So nextInt is our new thing that we're using. And let's see what happens. Lights went off, lights went on, everything's good. So I'll build it and run it. And we should, so it's going to ask us for a comma-separated list. I'll do 2, 4, 6, 10. And it's giving me 2. Okay, and that is in the form of an integer already. We don't have to use integer.parseInt like we did before. So how do we read this how do we read them all at the same time? Well, just a while loop, right? So we'll say while sc2.hasNextInt. So that's a specific method just for checking if there's a new integer there. And then we'll do that. Okay? And this will just read them all. And when we learn arrays in our next lesson, which is coming up, this will make even more sense. But okay, so 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 0. So there's all our values from our comma-separated lists in the form of separate integers. And you can imagine if you had an array, which is an array in Java is just like a list in Python, you could store all these values and then use them for something useful. Okay, so there will be a companion document to this with all the code, but this video explained everything on how to do it. And that's it. See you next time.